We're constantly bombarded with messages about getting rich quick, hustling 24/7, and chasing the next shiny object. But what if I told you that true wealth isn't just about the numbers in your bank account? What if the key to lasting prosperity lies in a philosophy developed thousands of years ago? Let's dive into Stoicism, an ancient roadmap for a better life. And surprisingly, a better bank account too. Stoicism isn't about suppressing your emotions or becoming a joyless robot. It's about gaining clarity, controlling what you can control, and finding lasting contentment, regardless of external circumstances. That's right, even if you're aiming to build wealth. The Stoic reframe on wealth. Many assume Stoicism promotes poverty or discourages ambition. Not true. Stoics merely redefine what true wealth really is. Think about it. How many millionaires do you know, or know of, who are absolutely miserable? Chained to their desks? Terrified of losing it all? Trapped by keeping up appearances? Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, wrote extensively about the dangers of unchecked desires. He observed that ambition, divorced from virtue, can become a source of immense suffering. He said, "It is not things themselves that disturb people, but their judgments about these things." In other words, it's not the lack of wealth that causes unhappiness, but our perception of that lack, and our relentless, often misguided, pursuit of more. Aurelius wasn't against having nice things, but he cautioned against letting them define your self-worth or control your inner peace. True wealth, for a Stoic, is internal. It's wisdom, virtue, and a calm mind, things that no market crash or tax audit can ever take away. What does modern psychology say? Studies show that happiness levels tend to plateau once basic needs are met. Above a certain income, more money simply doesn't translate into significantly more happiness. In fact, it can lead to increased stress, anxiety, and even isolation. The hedonic treadmill is a real phenomenon. We adapt to new levels of wealth, and immediately want more, perpetuating a cycle of dissatisfaction. So, how do we apply this? Reframe your ambition. Instead of chasing wealth as an end in itself, see it as a tool to support your values. Pursue work that aligns with your principles, not just a fat paycheck. Focus on building skills and providing value to others. This approach automatically generates a sense of purpose that transcends money. And, ironically, typically leads to more money in the long run anyway. Stoic time management, Seneca's secret. Seneca, another prominent Stoic, provided an incredibly practical perspective on wealth. He argued that time is our most precious resource. He famously wrote, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it." Seneca understood that we can always earn more money, but we can never get back a single second of lost time. Therefore, how we spend our time directly dictates our level of true wealth. Modern research supports Seneca's insight. Studies on productivity reveal that multitasking is a myth. Our brains are wired for focused attention. Constantly switching between tasks not only reduces efficiency but also increases stress and mental fatigue. Wasting time on distractions, social media rabbit holes, and unproductive meetings directly impacts our ability to generate income and build meaningful wealth. Application? Become ruthlessly protective of your time. Audit your day. Identify time-wasting activities, and eliminate them. Schedule focused work periods, free from distractions. Learn to delegate tasks that don't require your unique skills. And here's the tough one, say no to opportunities that don't align with your goals or values. Don't trade your precious time for fleeting gains. As Seneca implies, time is money. Just as importantly, it's family time, creative time, lifetime. Effort over outcome, the Epictetus edge. Epictetus, a former slave who became a renowned Stoic teacher, emphasized the importance of focusing on what is within our control, and accepting what isn't. He said, "The chief task in life is simply this, to identify and separate matters so that I can say clearly to myself which are externals not under my control, and which have to do with the choices I actually control. This principle is incredibly powerful when applied to building wealth. We can't control the stock market, the economy, or unforeseen events. But we can control our effort, our learning, and our choices. Modern psychology backs this up. Research on locus of control shows that people with an internal locus of control, those who believe they have agency over their lives, are more likely to take action, persevere through challenges, and achieve their goals. They don't blame external factors for their failures, but instead, learn from their mistakes and adapt their strategies. So, focus relentlessly on the actions you can control, honing your skills, networking strategically, building valuable relationships, and consistently providing exceptional value, and learning from mistakes. Don't get fixated on the outcome, the specific amount of money you want to earn, or the exact timeline you want to achieve it. Instead, trust that consistent effort, guided by wisdom and virtue, will eventually lead to the results you seek. Real-world Stoic success stories. Let's look at some examples of individuals who have applied Stoic principles to build wealth without sacrificing their integrity. James Clear *, the author of Atomic Habits, built a massively successful writing career by focusing on consistent, incremental improvements. Instead of obsessing over book sales or website traffic, he focused on publishing high-quality content on a regular schedule. He took to heart the Stoic concept of focusing on the process rather than the outcome. Sarah Blakely *, the founder of Spanx, faced countless rejections early in her career. But instead of giving up, she focused on what she could control, perfecting her product, relentlessly pursuing potential partners, and learning from every setback. Her resilience and unwavering belief in her vision ultimately led to
and not get blown off course. Naval Ravikant *, the angel investor and philosopher, is a modern adopter of Stoic principles to achieve wealth. Naval focused on building expertise, doing what he loves, investing sustainably, and avoiding risky, get-rich schemes. He's very vocal about time management. The idea is not to work harder, but smarter. These individuals demonstrate that Stoicism isn't a barrier to wealth, but rather, a powerful framework for achieving it sustainably and ethically. 5 Stoic habits to build wealth. Okay, so how do we put all this into practice? Here are 5 actionable Stoic habits to help you build wealth without losing your soul. 1. Practice gratitude daily. Take time each day to appreciate what you already have. This shifts your focus away from what you lack, and cultivates contentment. Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants. Epictetus. A gratitude journal is ideal. 2. Set virtue-based goals. Define your goals not just in terms of money, but also in terms of the values you want to embody. Focus on providing value, serving others, and acting with integrity and kindness. Let "How can I help?" be your guide. 3. Embrace discomfort. Stoics embrace voluntary discomfort as a way to build resilience and appreciate what they have. Practice intermittent fasting, cold showers, or pushing yourself outside your comfort zone in other ways. 4. Control your input. Be mindful of the information you consume. Limit your exposure to negativity, and focus on learning from wise mentors and valuable resources. Every day prune and weed your mental garden. 5. Reflect on your progress. Regularly review your actions and decisions. Ask yourself if they align with your values and goals. Learn from your mistakes, and adjust your course as needed. Keep a journal. Writing helps clarify your thoughts. Stoicism is about living with intention, not simply reacting to circumstances. It's about finding peace within yourself, regardless of your external situation. And surprisingly, that inner peace becomes the strongest foundation for building a life of true wealth. Start small. Pick one of these habits, and commit to practicing it consistently. See what happens.
The Stoics believed in progress, not perfection. If this gave you something to think about, subscribe. New wisdom every week.